Ja, herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Ausgabe vom SI Talk. PDEC, Toronto, Interview. Frank Basa ist neben mir, Canadian Cobalt Works. Das letzte Interview war, glaube ich, genau vor einem Jahr, vor der PDEC. Und jetzt fragen wir einfach mal, was sich Neues tut. Frank, thank you to have time. I think the last interview was really PDEC last year.
Yeah, once a year.
Once a year.
Yeah.
So, what you do in the last year for Canadian Cobalt Works?
Well, we did quite a few things actually. We've kind of produced our first cobalt sulfate product from the cobalt ores and the cobalt camp. We produced it actually for an Asian client. So we produced a grade and we were on spec, and now we're looking at also producing nickel sulfate and a manganese sulfate, also requested by the Asian clients. We completed rehabbing the first level on the Castle mine. We drilled underground. We got some very good, spectacular results. Most of the cobalt grades were in the 1% or higher. Anything above 0.5% is considered high grade. We also have a lot of silver we found. Some of the grades are about 100, 200, 300 ounces a ton. And we found some gold. We also have a new discovery. It looks like it could be a gold-copper discovery. It's about 1.5 kilometers away from our shaft number 3. We're waiting for drill results from there. And as everybody knows, we're still trying to build a mill on our property. We're still going through the studies. To complete the studies, then apply for a permit to build a 600 ton per day mill on the Castle property.
Wow, that's a lot of information. I'll break it down a little bit first. More about the Chinese client, what you produce, your copper sulfate.
Cobalt sulfate.
Cobalt sulfate. Yeah. Sorry, not copper. Cobalt sulfate.
Yeah.
How was the results out of it? What was the do you have any feedback from the client? What do you think about it? And was he satisfied?
Yeah, he was actually very satisfied. What happened was we have our process. It's called Re2Ox. We call it a green process. It's hydrometallurgical. And so we produced the product on spec. In other words, we had the grade, which was they wanted 21%. We gave them 22.6%. And then we also met all the impurity grades for it. So then they came back. They said, well, you know what? You have nickel. I said, yeah. And I says, do you have manganese? He says, yeah. He says, can you produce a nickel manganese sulfate? I said, sure. We'll do that for you. So they're very happy with that. And then the Japanese came by and they said, oh yeah, we're also interested, So this right now what we're working to do is produce product for their evaluation at SGS Lakefield. So hopefully, if we meet spec, then we might have some sort of agreement with them.
Okay, and this agreement can bring to also that maybe it's then a portion of the financing for the mine.
See, they need to. Sorry, go ahead.
Can I ask what size you produce for them? Was this
it's a small amount for their evaluation. Like a lot of these people, they just want a kilo for evaluation, and based on the kilo, because the work is done at SGS, they said, okay, you can do it. We're interested, and more than likely they'll agree to some sort of terms, and then we carry on with the program.
Okay. So this is the production stuff, or what you produce for your client. So that's very positive. Then this is a near-term revenue, I must say.
Well, we're going to probably we got pushed again by our end buyers, so they didn't want to wait for us to produce product from underground. So we put out a news release just late last week. We're going to produce probably or treat the tailings first to recover the silver, the cobalt, and nickel. We have about 4 years of production there. So if they want it, we'll do it for them. We already have the equipment. We bought the equipment 3 years ago for another project, but they seem to be in a bit of a rush to secure feed. And, we've done that before. I worked in the Cobalt camp before for Agnico Eagle, and we did make money on the tailings. These are old tailings. They're over 100 years.
High grade.
Oh, they're very high grade, yeah.
So for tailings, high grade.
No, it's high grade tailings. It's old, the old technology.
Yeah, for sure. They cannot bring it out the stuff, so a lot of stuff good. That a lot of ore is back. In the tailings. So this looks like that is this area maybe where your first revenue coming out.
It could be. It's depending on the end buyers. We don't want to produce a product unless the end buyers, we can meet their criteria.
Yeah, for sure.
I know we can produce the silver because this is what we did in the past, and we know we can sell the silver, but we want to make sure we can make money on the cobalt as well.
Okay. Silver brings me to a point. You said before you have 100, I really remember right, 100
Yeah.
200 ounces?
Yeah.
Ounces?
This is normal in the cobalt camp, yeah.
But this is a huge number.
Yeah, but
Normally the most companies are happy when they have 300 grams per ton.
we have some high numbers. If you look at our PowerPoint presentation, you use some astronomical. But this is normal for a cobalt camp, eh?
Okay.
Yeah, it's normal. Only in cobalt.
Okay. So that's mean really when this comes up that the cobalt brings a lot of silver credit with them in lenses or something?
No, it's actually veins. Like we have like 27 kilometers of veins or workings in our Castle mine. It's a shallow mine. It's only down to 260 meters. But we drilled some of it, and we put some drill results out, and you'll see stuff. The grades are just unbelievable.
And you say you find a new area of
Oh, that was different. Yeah, we found another area. We did some airborne geophysics with a drone, and this big pink target showed up. So I said, let's drill it. And we did hit some stuff. But I think it will be a gold, copper with a little bit of cobalt in it. Okay. When you look at the core, the mineralization looks more. Yeah, we hit a lot of quartz.
So is this different? Is it a different style? So it's come from a different source?
Oh yeah, it's completely different. Completely different.
Strange.
Yeah, we found out by chance a couple of years ago. The company that was cutting the trees there, it wasn't us. They came in there, cut the trees, and they built the road. As they're building the road, they dug up this rock. And we said, oh, this is interesting,
Yeah,
so we sampled it, had copper, had gold, So we decided, we did an airborne, and then we did a bit of drilling last year. We did a little more this year. It's still very early stage. But we found, let's say, the core looked
interesting.
Early stage, really good, actually. I think the numbers will be good, the first set of numbers.
What are you planning for this year?
Well, this year I think we'll carry on with our exploration underground, probably dewater. We're going to probably drill again underground. We'll try to develop a resource. We're going to carry on with our surface drilling. I think we might end up advancing the tailings program. I'm actually going to go to China, to Hong Kong in March, to meet with the potential Asian investors who asked us to meet. We've been actually talking to them for a year and a half now, 1.6. And we'll see how that goes. But I think we can meet their criteria. We so far met all their criteria. The question is how much do they need, and if we can meet the quantity. We can meet the quality. Now we have to see if we can meet the quantity. Yeah.
Okay. Frank, thank you for the update.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Next time for sure, PDEC.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit earlier when I come over. Maybe we have the chance to do it earlier. Then it sounds that you're coming up with a lot of stuff and a lot of interesting stuff, so that people should be informed.
Yes.
Ja, es war ein Update von Canadian Cobalt Works. Viele Informationen. Also erstens einmal, sie haben ein Produkt produziert, ist ein Kobaltsulfat, das sie für ausländische, japanische und chinesische Produzenten quasi Vorprodukt produziert haben, also 21% zum Beispiel Kobalt sollte drinnen sein. Die sind dann wieder retourgekommen und haben gesagt, ihr habt Nickel und so weiter auch drinnen, das könnt ihr das separat produzieren. Und dann sind Japaner eingestiegen, also viel Diskussion mit potenziellen Abnehmern. Und jetzt geht es eigentlich darum, dass sie, und das kommt nicht aus der Mine selber, sondern aus den Tailings. Und die Tailings sind eigentlich das, dass man die als erstes aufbereitet, weil das geht auch am schnellsten, weil die brauchen scheinbar dieses Zeug, damit sie ihre Produkte produzieren können. Und er fliegt auch heuer rüber, jetzt dann, um mit denen zu reden, wie das laufen muss und vor allem, wie viel sie davon brauchen. Es ist nicht die Frage, dass sie die Qualität nicht haben, es ist die Frage, ob sie die Menge produzieren können, was die benötigen. So, dann haben sie auch Gebiete mit sehr, sehr hohem Silbergehalten, und zwar von 100, 200, 300 Unzen. Das sind also 4.500, teilweise 50.000, muss man da schon reden. 4.500, 5.000 Gramm, unglaubliche Zahlen. Sie finden diese auch auf der Präsentation. Und sie haben ein ganz neues Target eigentlich gefunden, das sie mit geophysisch, mit einer Drohne gemacht haben, und da kommen die Bohrergebnisse jetzt dann raus, aber der Kern schaut sehr, sehr gut aus. Ja, also es passiert auch sehr viel in diesem Jahr. Schauen wir mal, was sie da dementsprechend hinbekommen. Und dementsprechend spannend wird es auch dann beim Aktienkurs dementsprechend reagieren. Das war's von der PDEC 2019 März Toronto. Tschüss und Baba.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Always a pleasure. Thank you very much.